IT Wing RERF is organizing Virtual Table Talk with IT professionals, where renowned IT professionals will share their views on how Raj Yoga and spirituality can help with work efficiency and effectiveness. There will be discussions on many topics like stress management, leadership, developing positive attitude, self empowerment, increasing self esteem, and many more.
Om Shanti. Welcome to all of you in this virtual table talk with IT professionals. जैसे कि हमने पिछले एपिसोड में भी सुना कि हमारे साथ जो आईटी प्रोफेशनल्स जुड़ते हैं नए नए हर दिन, जैसे कि आप देख रहे हैं कि आज हमारे साथ एक बहुत ही सीनियर फैकल्टी मेंबर है जो हैदराबाद से सूर्यनारायणा जी। आपका इस शो में बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। ये आप जो है पिछले 38 ईयर से आईटी फील्ड में जुड़े हुए हैं और कंटिन्यू अपनी अलग अलग कंपनीज में जो है अपनी सर्विसेज दे रहे हैं। पिछले 13 साल में इन्होंने HAL कंपनी में काम किया, फिर उसके बाद TCS में 25 इयर्स इन्होंने जॉब किया और रिसेंट आप एक मैकेनिकल इंजीनियर हैं और प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट ऑफ इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ इंडिया में आप एक फैकल्टी मेंबर हैं और सबको जो भी अभी न्यू है बिगिनर्स हैं उनको ट्रेनिंग प्रोवाइड कराते हैं, सर्टिफिकेशन प्रोग्राम करा रहे हैं। तो आज हम इनसे ही सुनते हैं। आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। ओम शांति।
ओम शांति। नमस्ते बहन।
आप अपने फील्ड में अभी तक के जो आपको राजयोगा मेडिटेशन, जैसे कि आप पिछले 5 साल से राजयोगा मेडिटेशन की प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं, तो आपने क्या फील किया कि कैसे स्पिरिचुअलिटी को अपनी रियल लाइफ में हम अप्लाई कर सकते हैं?
Before coming into Raj Yoga meditation course, I was working for TCS on very major projects involving more than 400, 500 employees of TCS working with me, and I used to be the project manager for them. Different people with diversified knowledge and skills used to work with me on the projects. And on projects, normally there will be time pressures, tremendous time pressure to deliver the software to the customer on time. Sometimes there will be issues with customer requirements not being fulfilled completely, customers getting dissatisfied with them, the quality of the software could suffer, the timelines we may not be able to meet properly, or the cost itself of the project might go haywire, because we are supposed to be do any project where we retain some profit margin on that project. So there will be tremendous pressure on the manager in terms of cost, in terms of time, and also in terms of the quality of the deliverable. These pressures always work on the project manager. So those pressures were there on me, like anybody else. Before coming to Raj Yoga meditation, I was working in TCS on these major projects, and you get frustrated because there will be day-to-day issues. So many such issues crop up on large programs, and customers' expectations will be sky high. And week to week, we are supposed to be giving status reports to the customer and also to the internal management within TCS on what was the progress made in the last week. So every Monday of the following week, we will have reviews, and during reviews, there will be tempers flaring up also, because something was either done which was not up to expectations, or something which was done was not of the right quality, or there were software bugs, issues, and therefore a lot of rework being done, and time and cost is getting incurred. So these kinds of frustrations would be there. After joining Raj Yoga meditation course, which happened in April 2015, I was still working on the TCS projects, major projects. The first thing that I learned when I did the 7-day Raj Yoga meditation course was the sister telling me on the last day, when I asked the sister, can I come for the daily Muralis in the evening? Because morning I'll be busy to go to office. I innocently asked. And the sister told me, what is the point of your reading a Murali in the evening? The whole day is over. You had all your interactions with your colleagues, friends, and others at office and at home and everywhere else, on the road too. So all those interactions are over, and then you read the Murali. What will be the state of your mind in the evening? So the best thing for you is to attend the Murali in the morning. I was so touched by what the sister told me, and she told me, you meditate in the morning during Amrit Vela. Normally it's about for 45 minutes, 4 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. And then you attend the Murali in the morning. Just check up your state, mind state. It will be fresh, it will be good, and you will go to your office with a very good frame of mind, sthiti that we call. And I was convinced by that. So I started attending the Muralis in the morning. Benji, the first change I felt was the kind of discipline that got into my life because I was getting up around 3:45 a.m., participating in the Amrit Vela, having yoga with Paramatma, talk to Paramatma as if you are talking to your own friend, companion. Talk to him. Talk about your office problems also with him. Be in a better state of mind as to what kind of a solution you will have for your problems for the day, which you are aware, which are there in the mind already for you. And then you attend the Murali, you will get more directions. The directions in the daily Murali, which are called Srimad. And when you hear to the Srimad, and when you hear to the slogan of the day, and you hear to the essence of the Murali every day, your mind is in a much better state to tackle and face the problems for the day. You feel you are re-energized. And that was the thing I experienced first when I started going to TCS office post Raj Yoga meditation. So that change actually reflected in the office. I'll just narrate one incident. In October 2015, we were about to close a very major project for a UK-based customer. We were in the third week of October, and I was reviewing the project with my project managers. 13 of them, they were sitting in front of me. And on a Friday evening, we were reviewing. We had only 1 week left for delivery. So we were very tight on the timelines. There was tremendous pressure, and we were staying back at office beyond office hours and trying to review and close all issues concerning the project software. And my quality manager, who does test the software, was sitting in front of me. I asked him, were there any new issues that you saw in the software during testing? He said, yes, sir. There are 2 major bugs we found yesterday. I said, have you informed the development team to correct those bugs? Have you found out the location where these bugs are? And have you informed them already? He just looked at me blank and he didn't answer. I was taken aback as to why he is not answering me. We are losing 1 day and we are at the fag end of the project. How come we are losing this? And then he just kept quiet. Something within me told me that there is an issue here. He does not want to talk. So let me talk to him later. So I continued with the review, closed the review, and later in the night when he went home, I asked my manager by giving him a call, what happened? You were so meticulous in all your work. How come you knew 1 day before these bugs and you did not even inform the development team? He then said, sir, my 8-year-old son is undergoing diagnosis for a possible brain tumor, sir. So my mind was not at office. I said, then why did you come to office? You could have taken off. You could have just given me a call that you cannot come because you have to attend to your son, that you're taking to him to your diagnostic center. He said, I knew the pressure of the work, sir. I knew we were at the fag end of the project, and therefore I did not want to create any issues, and therefore I came to office, leaving my son at the hospital. My wife is taking care of him. I said, you could have told me today morning at least. You did not do that. Now, you are not going to come to office over this weekend. It was a Friday evening. I told him, entrust this task to somebody in your team, and I will work with them to close these issues and deliver the software. You please take off and attend to your son. Had it been before Raj Yoga meditation, I'm sure I would have flared up in the meeting itself with him. This is what Raj Yoga taught me. Raj Yoga taught me to utilize the powers that you derive through the Raj Yoga meditation and through yoga with the Paramatma, God. You derive those powers and utilize those powers. And here, the power of accommodating someone who is in difficulty came to the fore immediately to me. And what is taught in Raj Yoga meditation is every human soul is on a journey. And the journey is a unique journey. The kind of situations and the kind of people you interact with on this journey, for each human soul, it is different. And therefore, you cannot prejudge anyone. You cannot have any preconceived notions of why certain people are acting in a particular way at a particular point of time. It could be because of something going on with that human soul on its journey. And these situations are unique. So what I understood from Raj Yoga meditation is each one of the 400 individuals who were working on the project are human souls. They have their skills, they have their knowledge, they have their talent, they have their fears, they have their desires, they have their attraction, they have their everything which are unique. And they also have their specialities. So look for those specialities in people and get things done through them. This is something Raj Yoga meditation taught me.
So first of all, you learn how to correct your state of mind. First,
yes,
your first impression was that
yes,
through spirituality.
Through spirituality. And
yes.
in fact, what I would like to add is it was more of a discipline that I got into. Raj Yoga meditation taught me how to apply rigorously on whatever processes you work for. Even Raj Yoga meditation itself, it is a 7-day course and has a particular sequence in which the entire course is conducted. It's a process and there's a lot of process rigor in that process. So when you apply that rigor of the process to any situation in life and have the powers within you, and these powers are always there within every human soul, it's just that you don't emerge them and utilize them. What Raj Yoga taught me is, please be aware that you have all these powers within you. And when you meditate, when you be in yoga with Paramatma, before doing any of your actions, we are all karma yogis. We do our karmas. And while doing your karmas, do that karma like a yogi. Look for perfection in whatever little things that you want to do. See God in every little action that you are doing. And this is something I learned. And therefore, in that state of mind, your karmas also will be very successful.
So means we are a detached observer of our karma.
Yes.
You learn that thing.
I learned to look at
because
everything very objectively, without any bias, and treat every individual as a soul with speciality.
Yes, means your state of mind is very, very, very high.
Yes, yes.
For
And
for yourself
that,
and for
yes,
others too.
yes, yes, ma'am.
So in this practice, you are facing some challenges
Yes,
in this practice, because if we are in a new field
yes,
or a new lifestyle, so
yes,
we face challenges in this, because you said in the yoga with Paramatma. So
yes,
what you understand with the yoga?
yes. Let me explain. The kind of challenges, I mean, I would like to say that undergoing Raj Yoga meditation course is like a rebirth itself. It's a new Janma, it's an Alaukika Janma. And we also celebrate Alaukik birthdays for all Brahma Kumar, within the Brahma Kumaris Parivar also. And what happened was, uh, when I do yoga, and we are all told, and in the Muralis also, it is often mentioned, be in remembrance of God. So when you are in remembrance of God, you feel God is with you in everything that you do. And we also hear to this word called Karan Karavanhar. Karan Karavanhar. For every karma that we do, the Karavanhar is the creator, God. And we are just the Nimit part. We just play the role that we are assigned. And what I also understood from Raj Yoga meditation course is that in this birth, I have my Alaukik role to play after undergoing Raj Yoga meditation. That Alaukik role is first transform yourself and then try to help others transform themselves by imparting the knowledge that we learn through the release on a day-to-day basis. And that is something I try to do. We have 4 subjects, and when I took this Alaukik Janma, oh, I thought I am becoming a student once again. And it is also mentioned in the Murali several times. You have now joined a godly university. You are a godly student. So master the 4 subjects of knowledge, yoga, dharana, that is imbibing the knowledge and practicing them in your day-to-day life, the gunas and the values, and then seva. These are the 4 subjects. And I personally felt studying these 4 subjects and working on them the whole day you can spend. And that is the new Janma I felt. That is the big change that I felt. But talking about challenges that you mentioned, Behenji, the challenge is none others in my family are into Raj Yoga meditation. My wife, she is a general manager in Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. So when the center sister said, after I underwent Raj Yoga meditation, why don't you call your spouse? Why don't you call your wife too? I requested her. She said, maybe post-retirement. Right now, I have a lot of work at office. I can't be. Neither my son, who is a naval officer in the Indian Navy, currently at Kochi, he was interested, nor my daughter, who is a doctor. She is doing her post-graduation in Hyderabad. This is the small family that I have, and except for me, none of the other members are into Raj Yoga meditation. So the first problems started when I avoided onions and garlic at home. Earlier we used to have. We are Brahmins by birth, and garlic and onion, we were told, were good for health, and we used to have. But after undergoing Raj Yoga meditation course, I learned that these create certain qualities which are not good for a human soul. Therefore, better avoid some of these. Every time a curry is prepared with the vegetables at home, they separate it out without garlic and onion for me and with garlic and onion for themselves. That is the first change. And these are the kinds of small challenges that we face, but these are minor. We can easily overcome, is what I felt. Another challenge that I faced was Normally, I used to get up by 6:30 a.m. before Gyan, before coming into Gyan. But later, I realized the value of getting on time and be up and ready by 3:45 or 4 a.m. for Amrit Vela. Now, without any clock, I normally get up by 3:30, but I go to bed a bit early by 9:30 also. Earlier, I used to go to bed by 10:30 or 11 p.m. after watching TV for some time. Now, I just go to bed by 9:30 and promptly get up by 3:30 or 3:45. So these are some small challenges which I faced initially, but over a period of time, I overcome them. So recently, when I completed 5 years in April 2020, the sister was talking to me, center sister Radhika Ben, was talking to me about, oh, it is your Alaukik birthday, you completed 5 years. Mr. Suribhai, I felt you are with Brahma Kumaris for the past 25 years. That is my feeling, she said. That you look that you have been with Brahma Kumaris for a long, long time. I felt very happy about that because I am now completely involved with this new Alaukik Janma.
But sometimes we stuck in any project as you are project manager. So you are working on different types of projects.
Yes.
So if you are doing seriously you are stuck in that project and you didn't find any solution.
Yeah.
So how to apply that knowledge at that time, because we forget all that things if we are so busy.
Yeah.
So how you manage all that things?
What things at office, ma'am?
In the office.
In the
office, yes.
Okay.
While managing projects.
Yeah, while managing projects, of course, situations crop up. What I have learned is you try to start facing the situations head on. There is what is called the power to face. Okay. And you are aware of this. The problems don't come all of a sudden on projects. The problem keeps building up because of certain issues. Like a key person on the project suddenly went on leave, was not healthy. So you had to replace him with another person, but the other person is still not trained. He may not be able to perform at the level at which the other person performed. But these things do happen on projects, right? Somebody who was working on a project, a lady, might go on maternity leave. So for 3 to 6 months, she will not be available. Very key person could be playing a key role on your project. I had several such situations. But the processes that we planned and implemented in our projects, we do have certain practices and we go by them. But first time when you hear that a person comes to you and tells you, sir, I'm leaving the company. Suddenly they can say that also. I found a better job elsewhere. I'm working on your project. So I'm just giving you this notice time, sir. 1 month. I have to join the new company on the 1st of the next month. So I'm trying to give you 4 weeks notice. Please accept. So immediately you start planning who will be the replacement and how we can train that new person with this person who has been working on the project. We have what is called a handover takeover process. Okay, we implement such a process, and that's how we overcome that problem. But these are kinds of problems which develop. But sometimes you are working on a problem and suddenly there's a failure, unanticipated. So what we understand from such situations is, how come we did not anticipate this risk? The damage is done, the failure occurred. So what we tend to do there is not get frustrated. After undergoing Raj Yoga meditation, what it taught me is, jo hona hai, wo hoega. whether you like it or not like it. So what you understand is you have to accept things as they are. You start getting worked up about it, you start getting frustrated about it, and shout at 2-3 people as to why this failure has occurred is not going to solve a problem. Worries are never going to solve a problem. Only your analysis of that problem and then putting that extra effort to solve that problem. There could be time delay, there could be some delays. So what you need to do is communicate very well with your customers that this unanticipated thing has happened. So kindly bear with me, we will rectify it. The following is our course of action, but there will be some delay in delivery. Please bear with us. And most customers, when you communicate to them upfront without hiding any facts with them, they appreciate your work because they also face similar situations in their day-to-day work. So, not to hide things, be sincere, be honest in whatever you are doing without telling lies about what is the progress on the project. You communicate well, you communicate with all the stakeholders in time, and then you can solve any problem. And finally, when in Amrit Vela, I usually tell God, I'm facing this problem at office. This is my course of action. I feel that will be the right course of action. And I would wait for a few minutes to see whether anything odd will happen at that time. If that odd happens, I feel that something is wrong with my process. Or I usually feel God's support is there during those karmas that I'm going to perform after going to office. So this kind of a contemplation and reflection on what is going on at office early in the morning at Amrit Vela, I feel re-energized. That is how I address them, sister.
With the power of God, you choose acceptance.
Yes.
Instead of worrying.
Instead of worrying.
In this,
that is a very, very big lesson that I have learned through Brahma Kumaris, through Raj Yoga meditation, and through the daily Muralis.
So that you are following this knowledge in your workplace and your with family too, and
absolutely
in every aspect of your life you are following these.
Yeah, what I have done recently, let me tell you, about 3 months ago, because at my home nobody is wanting to undergo any Raj Yoga meditation course, I was speaking to my Laukik sisters, I was speaking to some of my cousins. They were willing, and in 2018, I took a batch of about 25 of my relatives to Mount Abu, and we had that course, full-day course, that happens for freshers at Mount Abu. They underwent that course, and once they came back, they underwent the Raj Yoga meditation course. So my sisters support me now, and they also spread to some of their friends and other relatives, and that is how I feel very, very happy that yes, I'm also able to do my bit, okay, in this whole transformation process. As you rightly pointed out, IT is about information technology, but IT for Brahma Kumaris is inner transformation.
Yes. So you transform yourself, and in the process of
help others to transform them.
Yes, you are helping others with your positive vibrations and your positive intentions. Yes. So all are benefited by Raj Yoga meditation too.
Yeah. One last experience. Let me also share with you, sister. There was a presentation sent to me by a Brahma Kumar friend from Brazil. He sent me facts to face in life, a small presentation,
okay,
talking about various quotes, okay, that you can use, because I mentioned to him that I do go to engineering colleges from TCS side. I go for recruitment, campus recruitments. I conduct free placement talks and I also interview candidates. So during my pre-placement talks, I used to show these presentation which the Brazilian brother sent me and which was an instant hit at engineering colleges. The first quote in that was, "Don't compare yourself with anyone in this world. If you are comparing yourself with anyone in this world, you are actually insulting yourself. Know that you are unique. Know that you have your specialities."
Yes.
Was the first quote. Another quote in that, which is liked by a lot of engineering college students, is, "Every successful person will have a painful story to tell. And every painful story usually ends up in success." So these are some of the kinds of quotes that were there in that. And I used to use that at colleges. And they used to ask me for that presentation, whether they can share, whether they can keep with them as an inspiration material. We used to share some of these things. So that is how the Brazilian brother helped me in reaching out to some of these colleges too, about spiritual, how to look at things in a spiritual manner.
So you recognize your uniqueness. You are unique in yourself. So appreciate yourself that as we are good. So this is the first thing that you use in the power to face.
Yes.
Yes. So thank you so much, brother, for coming and sharing all those things. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Om Shanti.